Hey guys, Logan here, and today I'm going to teach you how to fix up that old motorcycle that's been sitting in the shed for a long time and get it back up and running. First and most important thing we're going to check is the engine oil and make sure simply that it has some in it. And next you're going to want to try turn it over by hand. So the easiest way to do that is with a kickstart. If your bike doesn't have one, you'll have to get your back wheel off the ground, put it in top gear, and you should be able to use the wheel and turn it over. So this one is turning over freely, so that's good. If your motorcycle isn't turning over freely at all and it feels pretty solid, you can take out your spark plugs and then there's no compression, try again. Still no luck, you're going to want to use some of this WD-40 down the spark plug hole and lube up those cylinders, leave them soaking for a while, and then hopefully with a bit of luck and a bit of time it'll turn over, because if it doesn't, well, you might as well head down to the pub. Next you're going to want to find that battery, because if it has been sitting 12 years like this bike has, it's most likely toast. Now, a fully charged battery should have 12.6 volts in it, and as you can see, this has 0.23 volts, so yeah, this is absolutely rooted. With the new battery installed, we're going to want to find the spark plug and make sure that we have spark. And as you can see, with the spark plug earthed out on the head bolt, we have a nice blue spark, which is exactly what we want. Next up is the most likely problem with your bike, and it is probably that the fuel has gone bad and is all gross. So hopefully you have a carburetor on your bike, which makes it a lot easier. You can just strip the carb, clean everything, put it back together, and you're good to go. So we're in the vicinity. We're going to have this carb out in a second. We're going to check the air cleaner, because we're taking this air box off anyway, and make sure that the air cleaner is not falling to pieces, because if we do get this up and running, there's not something you want to overlook, because all those little bits of air cleaner are just going to go straight into your engine. Ah yes, the previous owner has done the air filter delete mod. A bit of WD-40 on rusty threads is a must on old bikes. With the airbox off, it leaves this breather exposed, so I'm just going to put this hose back over it, so when I'm taking the carb off, I can't get any dust and dirt down in that hole. With the carb now off the bike, we have to strip it and have a look inside. So easiest way to get these screws undone, because they're possibly quite tight, so you're going to want to have one of these and you give it a swift tap on the end, like so. And that should shock loosen it, and it will loosen easy as. Now that you've got your jets out, you want to make sure they're not blocked. So you should be able to look through them and see clear daylight in a nice defined circle. If they are blocked, you may need to soak them in carb cleaner and a bit of compressed air, and that's the easiest way to unblock them, because you really don't want to be jamming stuff down there and damaging the size of the jet, because if you do accidentally make it bigger, it is going to mess up your fueling. With all the carb checked out, cleaned, and everything's ready to go, I just got to clean the outsides, so I'm going to give that a quick scrub with a toothbrush. And there we go. Not quite new, but pretty close, so I'm happy with that. An important thing which shouldn't be overlooked is on CV carbs, there is a rubber diaphragm in the top of here, and if like this one, it's gone hard, or if it's got cracks in it, it's not going to work. So an easy way to check this, you will need compressed air. Now you just block off one of the holes, put a bit of air in this one, and you should be able to see the slide go up. Now we're going to clean out the petrol tank. So this was already dry, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about a litre of petrol in it, give it a good shake around and drain that out, see what comes out of it. And as you can see, this is why we rinse out the tank, because there's some rusty stuff in the bottom of it, which we don't want that in our carburetor. And I've just put a new fuel line on it, an inline filter as well. So now we have spark, we have fuel, hopefully we have half decent compression. So I'm about to put the tank on, give it a kick in the guts, and see if we can get some life out of it. Now unfortunately, this wee Suzuki has a few more problems inside than I was aware of when I bought it, but that's the luck of the draw. You buy sight unseen that's been sitting for a long time, sometimes you get a lemon. Once you've got it running, these are the couple of things you're going to want to check before you take it for a ride, because you don't want to die from something stupid. The most important check that you can do is to make sure that your brakes are in good condition and they're working front and rear as they should. To check out your chain condition and make sure that it is adjusted correctly. Make sure your tyres are pumped up and that they are not covered in fork oil like this one here. And that is a big no-no, especially when it gets on things like brakes and stuff as well, because it messes with the caliper seals and then your brakes can lock on and you'll be going for a slide. Another thing to check is the wheel bearings. So hopefully you've got a friend who can just give you a hand and lift the bike like so, give the wheels a spin, make sure the wheel bearings aren't notchy and there's not any play in them. That's going to be it from me. So this has been Logan from the Motorcycle Forge. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.